Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. The poll results are in. Do you want to hear them? Of course you do, yeah. This time the question was, predictable question, the undisputed welterweight title fight is only 2 days away, so who wins and how? And 146 of you have voted so far. Who's going to win out of Spence and Crawford, and how are they going to win? So, let's go through it, shall we? Why not? Well, with 8%, 8% of you, of the 146 that voted, feel that Errol Spence Jr. will win via KO. 8% of you think he knocks out Bud. 15%, 15%, feel that Errol will win on points. Okay, so that's a total of 23% of you think that Errol Spence will beat Terence Bud Crawford, which is ever so slightly less than 1 in 4. Okay, so let me come to Terence Crawford. 35% of you think that Bud will win by KO. 35%. So that's just over 1 in 3. I mean, I'm surprised, I've got to be honest. And then 37% of you think that Bud will win on points. Now that's what I've predicted, Bud on points. But if you add that together, I mean, that is 72% of people in this poll feel that Terence Crawford will beat Errol Spence. So that's getting on for 3 and 4 people, whereas 1 in 4 feel that Errol will win. Okay, this is a small channel, so it's 146 people. I'm not saying it's a cross section of boxing fans across the world, but it is still an interesting little microcosm thing going on. A little bit of a micro poll. And 5% of people think it will be a draw. I wouldn't rule it out either, a draw. That's been crossing my mind. Yeah, that would be my second choice actually if it wasn't for Bud on points. I think a draw, like the first Canelo Golovkin fight. I mean, we might get a scenario similar to that. But yeah, I got to be honest. I mean, when you consider that this is a fight which everyone's sort of eager to see, and normally these are the fights that are so close you can't really pick a winner, and yet most people, when you put a gun to their head, are saying, well, 3 and 4 people nearly are saying, oh no, it's definitely going to be Crawford that wins. I got a theory about this. Despite the the percentages, I think people are thinking about it and they think, okay, I just give Bud a slight edge. Do you know what I mean? That they're not saying, oh, Bud will win. Even those that pick Bud as a KO winner, 35% of you. The ones that I've spoken to say, well, I think it will be very, very competitive, but I think Bud gets him towards the end of the fight. Do you know what I mean? So I think that it is a close fight. It's just that the majority of people, a sizable majority of people, are saying, no, I definitely think Crawford will sort of edge it either by stoppage or decision. And again, very, very interesting. Always interesting to see these little polls that we do, because again, only a small channel, but it gives you a little overview that I think can get the cogs in the brain whirring away. And I don't believe in second guessing. If you're going to pick a fighter, pick a fighter. That's what I do. I never like to second guess, because as you get closer to the fight and the tension and the excitement builds, you kind of think, well, have I got that right? Have I got that wrong? But if you watch the weigh-in, if you watch the final press conference, I'll tell you one thing about the final press conference though. Now, this may be nothing at all, but I think it's something that surprisingly struck me, and I want your feedback on it. People have talked about Spence struggling to make the weight. I thought at the press conference, Bud looked a little bit drawn in the face. Now, I don't know if it's because he had a sort of scruffy beard, and maybe that was giving him a slightly deceptive look, but I did think, well, we shouldn't presume that Bud, it's a given that he's made the weight perfectly. I mean, you would think he would. He can make both welterweight easily, whereas Errol has to boil himself down considerably. But it's these intangibles that make up a great fight, So those are the results. I thought I'd share them with you. Can't wait for the fight. It's going to be great. As always, if you've got something to say, you've got something you want to comment on, please leave your comments below and I'll answer. And yeah, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit the like button. Spread the word about Joe Stunner Boxing. Can't wait for this one. This is going to be a good one. Take care of yourselves and bye for now.